that happened was we tried to build a Docker image with the to install the SAML, the Python SAML library, the XML SEC, and we had some issues, so we had to uninstall it. We did a so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go into the actual container again and try to install it manually. If we get it manually, then we'll build the image, because that was part of the issue that we had last time. So, by the way, it is very, very rainy down here in South Florida. It is thundering outside. So if the rain, it's not really raining right now, or if it is, it's drizzling. If it does get loud, I have my headphones here that I'll put on. So please bear with me as we have some weather issues down here today. All right, so let's go ahead and let me pull up a terminal, and I'm gonna switch to this screen over here. And I am going to close down some containers actually. Let's say Docker stop. I think that's the only way to stop. Everything else is good. All right, so let's go with clear, and let me do Docker PS again. And I need the prod web server, and I'm going to say clear Docker exec. And the more you actually type in these commands, the more they're going to stick with you. Because now I used to have the worst time remembering these commands, but now it's going to be Docker exec, and it's going to be, can you see that? Let me see. There we go. Docker exec. And I'm going to say the name of the container, and we're going to say bin bash. So we can get into that container. Why aren't we into this container? Taking longer than I'd expect. Docker logs. No Python. All right, so we had issues starting up the application. Okay. So is that why I can't get it? Okay, no, I'm in. All right, I'm in. So let's go ahead and we are going to go to what I need to do is go to CD, or yeah, let's do CD dot dot v and vnv bin. Let's go with that, and I'm gonna do a pip cache purge based on the documentation. All right, and then we're gonna reinstall the SAML source that we got from Gemini. And we're gonna go like that. Let's see if we get any errors with that. So that's going through. I think it took some time to install last time. All right. So then after that happens, then we should restart Indico, which is going to be restarting the container. Your should load correctly without error. So what we'll do is we will monitor the logs from Docker logs -f to follow. Oh, the name of the container that we want. Prod Indigo web 1. So the last logs that we had was no Python application found. Okay, so if we go here, so we're waiting for the Python SAML to be installed with no binary, all of it. Let's see how long that's going to take. Installing build dependencies. And if that works, then we would go to, which one did we build it off of over here? How did we do it last time? It's not on this one. Maybe it's in the other one. Let's see. It wasn't in this one either. So we must have did it in this one then. And maybe we took it off in order to get it built. All right, so let me go back over here. This is still going. I don't know why it's taking so long. Let's see. Makes sense. So I don't know why it's. Let me see. How big is this? So that's only 83 kilobytes. Because once that gets installed, we should just be able to restart the container. And what I'm gonna so let's go while it's doing that, right? Let's go over to here and see. All right, if that works, then we would need to. So we got our identity provider. What is this? This is configuration block. Where do we add this? Okay, so this is in the Indigo conf file, where we have the SAML code that's gonna go with your URL, all this stuff. And basically this is what's going to be needed to authenticate with Octa, because the goal is to get Octa to work with our Indigo. But we need to get the app. We need to get the dependencies installed, the Python dependencies installed first, right? So let's see how we can get that to happen. Should be taking its time. I wonder if it's because of the pip cache purge, because the pip cache purge is supposed to prevent it from reinstalling the same broken version that it downloaded before. Because once that's done, let me take a look at what we did up here. Did we do anything differently in the I don't see any changes that we made to the SSH. All right, so let's go down over here. How would we get this? All right, so that's going through. It was, I don't know. I feel like it took a long time for no reason. How would we get this working, or how we get this as part of the Docker image build? Let's do that. I don't know what's going on with this. It's taking a lot longer than it should. All right, so to ensure this fix is permanent as part of your automation build process, you need to modify your Dockerfile. This involves adding the necessary system dependencies and running the pip command to reinstall SAML package from its source code during image build. You need to locate your Dockerfile. I have that. Okay, we have that. Inside of that, do the following changes. Add a run command to install this lib package using apt-get. This should be done before any pip commands. Rebuild the Python package, add the run. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to capture the Docker file that we've been using. I believe this is Dockerfile. Let me make sure I'm using the right Dockerfile. Okay, so this is the right one because it's installing the Slack notifier. All right, so I'm gonna say this is the current version. Let's go back over here. The current version of the Docker file I've been using. So let's just make sure that it gives us the right information for that Docker file that we have. So it says you need to add 2 run commands to your Docker file. One, install the necessary system library for SAML, and another one to rebuild the specific Python package from source. Install this one. Add this to the app get install command that's already in your file. And then rebuild the Python package. Pip install commands are finished. This guarantees that Indico and the dependencies are installed first. So we are going to go to this one right here, right above the text live. All right. So we're going to take that one. We're going to go over to here and we are going to take that. Let's put that right there. And then we are going to, so we have our Slack notifier. So we need to do this part for our SAML. And that's going to be right under the Slack notifier. So I'm copying this part right here. I'm copying this part for the SAML and putting that inside of the Dockerfile right below the Slack notifier code. So we have Slack notifier right here. Right under it is going to be these install codes. What? Hold on, I put it in the wrong spot. It looks like because okay, we're copying the Slack notifier. So it's gonna be right here. So so after the Slack notifier is installed, then we're going to do the one for the SAML. All right, there we go. Boom, perfect. Let's see, how is this thing going? It's still go. I don't know why it's taking so long. Usually these things go really, really quickly. So hopefully after it finishes installing the SAML library, then we don't have any other issues. We can restart and go from there. All right, so that's done. It says after it's done, we need to exit out of that and say docker compose restart go web. Say prod indico web. Prod indico web 1. This is docker restart prod indigo web 1. So the restart is happening. We're going to follow to see what happens. And so far, it looks like it's starting up correctly. I don't see any issues starting up. That looks correct. Before we were getting a bunch of no Python application. Well, no, we've got some of these. Not getting any issues. All right, so the way that we're going to check it, we're going to go to the actual application, which would be at, localhost 8080. Oh, look at that. We are in business. We are in business. All right. So let's do this. Let's continue. So we have how to get it into the Docker image. I don't want to build a Docker image now. I can do that later. Being that we're back in business, we're connected. Now I'm curious, what is the next step? So this part, no big deal. I can easily come back to that. But what is the next step? Let's go back up here. Let's go back up to, because we have our Indico. Good. We have all that. All right, so complete all of this is done. We're putting in the SAML information. So I'm going to say, the application is back up and running, and the SAML configuration is in the indigo.conf file. What is the next step in order to authenticate with Octa and Indigo? So let's see what's next. Now that we have that part working, where do we go from here? All right, the next step is to test the complete end-to-end workflow with all configuration in place. You're ready to perform an authentication test to ensure Octa and Indigo are communicating correctly. So open incognito private browser window. This ensures your existing login session and Indigo admin doesn't interfere with the test. Click Octa login button. So there should be an Octa login button. All right, so let's go to localhost 8080. Okay, so I am going to share the screen that I'm looking at with you, my incognito mode, my private browsing mode. Let's go here. And if I click login, oh, look at that. Looky here. We have a login with Octa button. Where they do that at? So, if I click login with Octa, what happens? I get taken to Octa, and if I say at tech coaching with Ralph.com, right? And we go to next. User is not assigned to this application. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this user assigned to this application. Let's go get this user assigned to this application. Let's go to Octa. And verify, select Octa code. What is my Octa? Why is my phone on? Jesus, why is my phone on airplane mode? Let me go to Octa. Octa. And the Octa code is going to be break time. But let me get into Octa though. Let's go to 682-736. What? Password? I don't know, but let me see. Ah, come on. Let me see. Send a verification email. All right, so I'll check the verification email once we get back from break, but always forgetting these passwords, whatever. We'll go from there. But I like the fact that we got to the screen of logging with Octa. We need to get back into Octa. We need to get back into Octa. We need to assign this user to the Indico application, and that should allow them to get in. All right, so let's go to break though.
It was all good, just a prompt to go. Lines of light made my circuits glow. Now I'm drowning in a sea of code. A bug, a glitch, and the system slowed. I reached too far, try to debug fate, but the tokens fail, and it's too late. I'm down, down and out of tokens. The lines are cracked, the code is broken. Helpless now, the screen's unspoken. It was all good, just a prompt to go. Syntax screams like a ghost in the shell. Loops on fire, dragging me